That God only knows.
Everybody's doing well. Welcome to episode 1649. It's that time of the day. It's the time to have more of what you want
Ron,
and
your mic's not on.
less of what you don't. Okay, there we go. Always miss the one little button. Thank you, Michelle. Couldn't do it without you. So, conversation for today is 100 thank yous. The reason that I talk about 100 thank yous is a very dear friend of mine, Daniela Jukic, has done for a few years, did conversations about gratitude. And one of the books that the book that she read most was Rhonda Byron's book, The Magic, right? She also created The Secret. And in doing this, one of the pages talked about Einstein realized that he stood on the shoulders of giants. And every day he would say thank you 100 times, at least 100 times a day. Part of what we do, part of the conversations we have, part of the things that we do on a daily basis is to wind up asking people for things. Now, we may not ask. There may be things that are implied. You go through the drive-through, you order food. They're probably going to give you some food back for it. You give them some money. They give you food. You go to the grocery store. You check out. They ring your stuff up. And, well, they used to ring your stuff up. You ring your stuff up. I say all of this to say this. How many times yesterday, if you had to go back and count them, and listen, give yourself a fudge factor of an additional 20. How many times did you say thank you? This world that we're in, this moment that we're in, this moment in history and time, I think it's possible that there could be a little bit more gratitude associated with it, a little bit more gratitude assigned to it, a little bit more gratitude. So how many times can you say thank you? Now, it's okay. You get to count it. You know, I say thank you 3 times when I see somebody. I go, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And what's the emotion behind it? So Einstein said thank you 100 times a day. I don't know if that's why he came up with all of the amazing things that he came up with, but I'm thinking it probably didn't hurt, right? It probably didn't hurt. So now the question becomes, what could you do today? What if your income was based on thank yous? What if your income was based on thank you? Every time you said thank you, you got $1. Just think about it. Every time you said thank you, you got $1. Every time somebody said, here's the thing, listen carefully. How many of us, we love to be in service? We love to be in service. We love to be in service. But people sometimes don't take our service. Listen, when you say thank you, it's okay to say you're welcome, to have somebody say you're welcome. It's okay to have that happen. What if you did it in such a way that it literally changed the way people feel? What if every time you said thank you, you got $1, but every time somebody said thank you to you, you got $100? You got $100. They still call those C notes? What do they call those? You got $100. What would change if your payment was when somebody said thank you to you? Would you hold doors open differently, or would you be a little bit kinder? Would you give space to somebody? Would you, I don't know, think about it. Think about your goal today is to go out and have somebody say thank you to you. That might change things, wouldn't it? If you got $100 every time somebody said thank you to you, what if that was the way we all got compensated? What if everybody knew that rule? Might they? Might they? Is it possible they might look at things a little different? Dr. Wayne Dyer said, change the way you look at things, and the things you look at change. Einstein said he said everything should be as simple as possible, not simpler. Everything should be as simple as possible. And here's the other thing Einstein supposedly said: the challenges that are made with the mind of man can't be solved by the same mind that created them. So if you're thinking about, I say thank you, well, who the heck am I around to say thank you? Nobody says thank you to me. That's a problem, and you're not going to solve the gratitude problem by being in that state of mind. Doesn't that make sense? Wouldn't that make sense? How many of us have ever had siblings or cousins and we were mad and they tried to make us laugh when we were mad, and we wanted to laugh, but we decided to get madderer, M-A-D-E-R-E-R-E-R, madderer. We wanted to get madderer, and even though we were trying to laugh, we're like, stop it. I need to own my madness. The challenges that are made with the mind of man can't be solved by the same mind that created them. What would it mean today to do 100 thank yous? What would it mean today to do 100 thank yous? And you kept track of them. You'd be surprised how effortless it is. You'd also be surprised how you might come up short. Well, Sean, I don't go out. I'm working from home. I don't go anywhere. I don't leave the ranch. I don't go past the sheep's pen. Now, if I got to go get the mail, I'll go down to the rest of the driveway. But I say 100 thank yous a day. That's what you have text for. I promise you, you send a couple of texts out to people that just say thank you. What are they going to write back? Type it in the chat. What are they going to write back? Type it in the chat. What are they going to write back? I'm sitting here looking at Instagram going, I wonder where everybody is. Well, it would help if you hit the go live button. Yeah, they'd say, type in for what? For what? So what happens when you start to say thank you? Thank you, Christina, for showing up. Hey, Deanne, how are you? Good morning. I hope your wellness continues to maximize and improve, and thanks for being a super champion. Yeah, you type in the word, you send somebody a text that says, thank you. That's it, thank you. You want to start a good conversation? Thank you. They're going to say, for what? For what? Just being you. And if they're really close friends, you could say for being uglier than me, right? You could start a conversation. You could have a little giggle. Laughter is huge. My daddy said the one who controls the laughter controls the room. Just saying. Just saying. So that's my conversation for you today. Yeah, Instagram, I apologize. I'm sitting here looking at it the whole time, and the little red button is there going like, go live, go live, go live. And so it's been about, what would you have to do today to put out 100 thank yous? To go say 100. It worked for Einstein. I can promise you, if Napoleon Hill had it. Well, listen, Napoleon Hill talks about gratitude, but in Science of Getting Rich, how many of you know the book, The Science of Getting Rich? SGR, right? Science of Getting Rich. It's known as the Little Green Book. Bob Proctor used to teach about it 30 years ago, the Little Green Book. The biggest chapter, the largest chapter, the biggest chapter in the science of getting rich. Anybody want to guess what it is? It's chapter 7, chapter 7. And if you read Science of Getting Rich, you might benefit from reading every morning, chapter 7, 4, and 14 in that order, 7, 4, and 14. But chapter 7 is the largest chapter, and it's the chapter on gratitude. It's a chapter on gratitude. If the science of getting rich, the largest chapter is not about algorithms, it's not about scripts, it's not about go for no. That's the science of getting rich. The biggest chapter in there is not go for no. It's not. It's gratitude. That, Jim Rohn would say, that's a clue. That's a clue. I just see RC typed it. Yep, that's a clue. So take some of the clues that are already available and work on doing a little bit more gratitude, doing it, because you're going to have to do it. Bob Proctor told us. I had Bob Proctor as a personal mentor for me and my bride 22 years ago. 22 years ago? Bob Proctor would say, do the thing until you don't have to do the thing. Do the thing, do the gratitude until you, and listen, it's gonna wreck your emotions. You saying thank you 100 times is gonna make you go, ugh. You're gonna want to get a little sick. You're gonna get a little wheezy. You'll get a headache. Why? Because your old story doesn't want you to be in a state of gratitude, because that's not who you were. You were something different. See, did you hear how I said that? Your old story doesn't want you to be in gratitude because that's not who you were. You're in this constant move, this constant shift, this constant desire to want to move forward, have more, do more, become more. Gratitude will do that. Well, I'm grateful. I say thank you. Big difference between saying thank you and gratitude. So there's my conversation for you today. Drop 100 in the chat if you think you're going to work towards doing 100 thank yous today. I promise you, your life will change. You won't recognize things. You'll go, you know, something weird happened yesterday. You wouldn't believe what happened. That's my conversation with you today. Simple, basic, fun, easy to do, Jim Rohn also said, if it's easy to do, it's also easy not to do. It's easy to do. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Send out messages. How long do you think it would take you? Copy and paste. Paste into text messages. Thank you, 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 thank you. DMs, thank you, 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 thank you. That's all. Thank you. And mean it. I love you bunches. I appreciate you. For those of you that are starting the DMP course starting tomorrow, you can go to SeanGMurphy.com/DMP to learn your definite major purpose, where in the next 30 days, I will teach you how to double your income in the next 90. It doesn't matter if you're making $10 or 10,000 or 100,000. It's not what I teach you. It's what you stop doing that'll let you achieve more, and that's called your definite major purpose. Focus, clarity, attunement, alignment. All right, I thank you for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you so very, 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 very much. I appreciate you. I'm your head brain training, gratitude training misfit. I will see you all where? Thank you, thank you, thank you. At the next wonderful, grateful event. Till then, bye for now. Thanks, Instagram. Love you tons. And YouTube, you are rock stars. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all the new follows. I appreciate it. I love you tons. I'll see you where?